Happy Friday. It is time for our voiceover numbers. Usually it's our VO Marketing Pro numbers, but because of the holiday, VO Marketing Pro doesn't send out. So we didn't get any jobs. I'm sure there maybe were some warm responses and stuff, but they'll go in next week. That's always how it's been just because we want to get people the best bang for their buck. So anyway, thanks for joining us this week. Hope you had a nice Labor Day weekend, long, enjoyable, nice weather, depending on where you're at. We're going to do our numbers. My full-time voiceover income, the heads, full-time voiceover income of 16 years. I'm in my 5th year. I'm trying to make $2,100 a week. Dad's trying to make $3,000 a week. Let's get into it.
And by the way, just so you know right from the get-go, I'm going to be posting in this Facebook group, the public Facebook group, a part of our webinar from last week with our private Facebook group called VO Marketing Pro Plus.
Cool.
It's got about 17 people in it, 17 members. We just got done with this week's, but this is going to be from last week, where I talk about 2 myths that are out there in voiceover land. One is that you have to have a summer slowdown. Basically, everybody has it. And 2, you can't be consistent with your income. And so what I do is I just walk through
dispelling some of those.
Dispelling those, yep. And so I walk through my numbers, exact financial numbers, because we just think that business means you turn a profit. And successful businesses turn a profit year after year after year. And so I just am going to put that 8-minute video in there, a little bit of a highlight explaining what it is. But if you ever want more information about that group, private group, got a lot of good information, especially encouragement and accountability. You can just hit John Barsness at vomarketingpro.com up for an email and just mention it, and he'll
or you can
get you in
comment
touch
below
with me.
here or whatever, get a hold of us.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like I said, there's no numbers for VO Marketing Pro this week, so we'll jump into mine. 4-day week, 0 warm responses in direct marketing. I did send out this week still. Mm-hmm. I rarely take any time off marketing. I'm always marketing, whether it's auditions, direct emails, proposals on Upwork, doing stuff like that. I did do 7 jobs between Upwork, Voice123, Direct Marketing, Voices, Fiverr, ACX, and the VO Planet. I had 1 job on Upwork for $36. I had 0 jobs on Voice123. I had 4 jobs for a total of $375 on Direct Marketing. Nothing on Voices, a $5 Fiverr job, so I get 4. ACX, nothing. And VO Planet, here we go, a $100 job. So that was really nice.
Been on there very long.
I've been on there for maybe 3 weeks, a month.
Nice.
So yeah, I just need to get one more $100 job, and I've paid for my subscription on there. So my total this week was $515 in voiceover alone. I didn't do any editing for Dad this week, so I had $515. A very far cry from $2,100, which seems like it's kind of become a thing for my business this year. I'm still pretty good pace to make around a little bit more around, I'll say around, since that's less right on and more than 80,000 like I made last year, barring any major collapse. But my goal this year was 110. So we'll see what happens. We got 4.5 months left. So 3.5 months left.
I just Zoomed with a gentleman from Virginia who wants to join our private group. And I was just telling him, he was asking about the group, and I just said, you aren't going to get any hype. Hudson is at the beginning of his career. I'm at the end, if you will. I'm slowing down the last couple of years because I turned 65 this year. And so our numbers are different.
Yeah, wait till you hear his numbers. He's not slowing down.
And yet we don't fudge his numbers. We just come out and say, this is how much money he made in voiceover this year, so that you can see how hard it is to build a voiceover business. Mm-hmm. I had a 4-day week, of course, because it was Labor Day here in the States and in Canada. I did, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I did with our private group that I had won a Voice123 large e-learning job, 65 minutes, but it was $1,600. I completed that this week. So that was $1,600. So that's a nice jump start to the week. Nothing on voices.com and nothing on Upwork. Fiverr went off big time. I had a couple, 3 big jobs, 15 jobs total, $3,220. So just with Fiverr, I was able to just get my weekly amount that I needed and a little bit more. So $3,220 on Fiverr. And then on direct marketing, and just a little bit about Fiverr. I've been on there since 2016. So I'm coming up on being on Fiverr for 10 years. So when we talk about long haul and numbers, I've done a long haul with Fiverr, and it's not always been, it's not always been fun. There. Yeah. So $3,220 on Fiverr, and then 12 direct email marketing clients, all recurring clients, $2,010 for a total of $6,830. $6,830 this week. And that's basically, with our private group, that's a lot what we talk about. We talk about Hudson's numbers and talk about strategies. We talk about my numbers and how I got to where I'm at. And that's the encouragement, accountability, education side of that private group, where basically we just talk about our businesses.
Yeah,
that's what we
without
talk
saying
about.
this is the greatest this. And
Yep.
you can obviously see the difference between Dad's business and mine. I mean, that's the third week in a row you've made $6,000 in a week trying to slow down. It's unbelievable. Gives me hope. Just for people out there, gives me hope that I can continue to market and do that stuff that I'm supposed to be doing, keep the mindsets. And I might not make $6,000 a week, but if I can make,
you'll stay in the game,
$2,500, $3,000, I'm okay with that.
So
you
will.
Anyway, that's all we've got. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching these videos. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. You can check out our numbers videos from years past. They're on our channel, and they're from when I started. I think I had already been a year in when we started our numbers, but Dad was in the prime of his money-making in voiceover years there, trying to make $300,000 plus in voiceover income alone. So you can check those out, and if you're not, you know the drill. So we'll be here next week, rain or shine. Hope you had a good week. See you later.